In this video, I'm literally going to open your eyes into how to actually build a unique offer and one that the market wants. This is how I'm able to close thousands of dollars and get people to just give me money in the DMs. Whereas you have to chase prospects, do emails, do cold outbound, and you still can't manage to even book meetings, let alone get people to give you money in the DMs without even hopping on a call. What I'm about to share in this video is so powerful, and the people that do not understand this are going to get left behind. Let's get into this. So how am I able to close thousands of dollars every single week consistently using these principles that I'm going to explain in this video to create an actual offer that the market wants instead of providing something that you want? Very common mistake. You shouldn't be providing what you want. You should be providing what the market wants. And quite frankly, right, the reason I'm able to get people to just hand me cash in the DMs and get people to just pay basically, and hey Charlie, I was finally able to secure the funds, and we can hop on a meeting and get this started. Really excited about this. It's because I understand what I share in this video, so you do not want to miss this. Now, most people, they reason by analogy, meaning that they see one person doing something and then they decide to copy them or do something very similar. Now, even if, let's say agency B is doing 100k per month in the real estate industry, and let's say you decide to copy everything to the exact T, right? Let's say you decide to copy their offer, their B2B Facebook ads, their sales process, their DM script, service delivery, everything exactly. You still wouldn't make money. You would get nowhere near the 100k per month because you're forgetting the other external factors, like their experience in real estate. Let's just say the co-founder has, got 10 years of AI experience and running ads. They also have studied human nature and psychology, which you haven't, because if you had, you would be making so much money you wouldn't believe. So essentially, right, this is not what we want to do. This caused me a lot of pain starting out. I went 6 months without signing a client, without booking meetings, and it was a complete disaster because I listened to these guys on YouTube telling me to do this, and I just copied it. I didn't think for myself. And this is where most people are at right now. So you may be asking me right now, how can we do the opposite? What is the opposite of reasoning by analogy? And it's first principles thinking. So instead of thinking horizontally, we have to think vertically. We have to start at the core of what humans actually want to build a good offer. So what do humans want? Well, there's kind of 8 desires that by default, you cannot argue with these facts. These are, static foundations that will lie in humans forever. And the first one's survival and security. So how can we use this in our offer? Risk reversal. Humans do not like losing money. Humans would much rather not lose anything than gain something. So we need to have risk reversal, have a really strong guarantee. Enjoyment. Make your offer, make your service enjoyable. Don't make it annoying. Freedom, independence, love, belonging, power, influence, self-esteem, respect, knowledge, understanding, and meaning, and self-actualization. If you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is basically it. So now we've started at the core and we understand what humans want. Obviously, I want you to do more research in this because just copying this isn't going to work. You have to understand what I'm about to share. Now, this is how it works, right? You're probably here right now and you've got a blindfold on. You don't really know what's going on. Most people, especially beginners, they are so involved in the business. They're, doing their landing pages. They're doing outreach. They never take a step back and actually look at from a third eye perspective what their offer is. And your offer, in order for it to be successful, you need basically 3 things. Product market fit, which is having your market and having your product and being the bridge that gaps the two. So whoever understands the market, your niche, wins. That's literally all there is to this. If the niche still seems valid after defining the basics and conducting research, for example, asking them what keeps them up at night, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, what are they afraid of, what are they angry about, who are they angry at, does your niche use their own language? Another reason why I failed when I started out in my journey, because I was working with fitness coaches and I was writing the most formal emails and formal Instagram DMs you would ever believe. You would think I was writing this to a teacher. It was an essay. Whereas in fact, I just started, once I realized this, I basically just used language that they would use to their friends, because the mere exposure effect, I can write this down quickly if I can, but the mere exposure effect is basically that people like other people who are similar to them. So if we can use similar language, we can basically make them trust us more. So these are all important things you need to understand and to craft a good offer, and what to sell. And keep watching, because I promise you I'm going to actually get into what I would provide if I had to start all over again in a minute. So keep watching if you want an insane service that is has way more demand than there is supply. So now resonance. We need resonance in our offer. Now you probably ask me, what is resonance? So resonance is basically understanding specific problems in your niche and offering a solution. That's simply it. That is what it is. So this will be 10 times easier if you actually are providing something that the market wants, your niche wants, instead of just using reasoning by analogy, which is what most people do. They copy this AI automation trend and think it will work for all niches. Well, that's not how the world works. So you're in for a long journey if you think like that. And then believe. You need to believe in the product you're selling. It's going to be so much easier to scale if you actually are confident in your service delivery. Because if you're confident, right, that you can change someone's life and increase their profits, save them time so they can spend time with their family, and you're confident you can do all these things effortlessly, really easily, of course you're going to do the outreach. Of course you're going to make content. Of course you're going to put yourself out there as much as possible, because you understand that you can change someone's life if they become a client of yours. So these 3 things are crucial when building an offer. These are just the foundations. Now, Charlie, I get asked this a lot. What would you do if you had to start all over again in 2024? So the first thing that I would probably do as an agency is an AI thumbnail agency. The reason for this is, out of my sort of content journey so far, I've probably had 500 inbound DMs from people asking me questions and selling me stuff and all that stuff. I've only ever had about 1 or 2 people offer me a thumbnail, being a thumbnail editor, which is vital if you want to scale YouTube. And more people are getting into YouTube, more people are creating content assets, sales assets on YouTube, and leveraging organic strategies, right? So I've only been offered this twice, and one of those people are now my thumbnail editor. So it goes to show, right, that me as a coach and an agency owner, I need this service. There's an increase in demand, right? But there's a lack of supply. And that is a massive gap in the market, which you can utilize right now. If you're let's say you haven't built an offer, you don't know what niche to go for. Honestly, don't sell what you want, just sell what the market wants. This is what the market wants. Now, you may be going around this in the wrong way. You have to provide people value before expecting anything back from them. So people may be pitching this, but unless you provide me with a free sample, I'm probably not gonna listen to you or reply back to your DMs or emails. So if I was you, I would literally create free thumbnails, samples, and just go on YouTube and basically say to them, I can increase your CTR, your click-through rate, easily, and give them an example. And if a thumbnail is actually good, then you've got a client. It's really that simple. Now, the reason AI could be useful, and right now you can use OpenAI, Midjourney, all these sort of softwares to create images. But the problem is that none of them are that good right now. I tested it out, and they're all a bit they can't really do words, so they can't process words. However, I would sort of call this an AI hybrid thumbnail agency, because you use AI to get the background image to make certain images that you want, and then you sort of have to use your human elements to basically put it all together and to make it really good. So this is one thing that I would focus on, and this will save you time. And you don't want to be stuck doing the thumbnails yourself. Ideally, try to outsource it, but if you can leverage AI in the upcoming months when it gets better and better, this is going to be an insane service. I promise you. I would pay probably $2,000 a month, and we can use God, I don't know what happened to my voice there, but we can use this, right? Because humans are naturally risk adverse. Humans would much rather not lose something than gain something. So if we use this principle, we can split the payments up to do 1K now, and then after you deliver them X amount of views or X amount of increased click-through rate, 7%, 10% click-through rate, you get the other 1K. And this is a great way of going about it. So if I had to start again, this would be the first choice of what I would do, an AI thumbnail agency, and I would use AI to create some background images and then put it together and build a really good thumbnail for my clients. And I would also reach out to them and provide free value, which is what everyone should be doing now. So the second thing is an AI appointment setting sort of thing for front end and back end. What do I mean by front end and back end is a lot of these AI automation agencies, they only save people time, which is not enough. If we go to the 8 Human Desires, it's simply not enough to save people time. You need to increase their power and influence. These are all very powerful things. So ideally, we can save them time on the back end, so fulfillment. That, for example, let's say we're working with real estate, creating an AI lead, qualifying bot that basically, let's say they're running Facebook ads, and instead of them calling the leads up, it basically just sends them an SMS, and you've integrated, let's just say, custom APIs with let's say Go High Level, so it can basically have a conversation with your client's leads. That is a great way of using this, because you build the appointment setting bot once, let's just say for real estate, and then you just give it to all your clients. And there's not much service delivery on your end, which is great because you've got leverage, which means that you can then focus on getting more clients. And then also what I mean by the front end is you want something to increase their business's revenue. So you could use this on the front end by putting this AI appointment booking bot, I don't know what I just said there, AI appointment booking bot on all their social medias, and then drive as much traffic to those DMs as possible. And that's just an idea of having a both front end and back end part of your offer, which is vital if you're running an AI automation agency. And then this will cut costs, increase appointments, whilst not being a drain to deliver. Yeah, because a lot of beginners, they get stuck in the flywheel of doing service delivery, sales calls, outreach, all these things, right? And then you're really not just doing anything because you're so involved in the business and not on it. It's an absolute mess. So this is basically what I would do going into 2024. Whatever offer you do, please reason by analogy. Sorry, do not reason by analogy. And don't just look at other people who are doing, really well and copy them, because it won't work, because they understand, all these other factors that you just don't. So in essence, to recap, right, find product market fit, ask your niche, do some niche testing, send out as many, cold emails, SMS, whatever, as much as you can to get feedback from the market, create resonance. You must believe in your service. And here are 2 ones that I would probably provide going into 2024. And this is how I'm able to do this, because I understand what people want. I understand that people want more appointments, people want more clients, and if I can just be the person in between where they're currently at and where they want to be, I'm going to make money from that. So that is how I'm able to do that, as well as building a personal brand, which I am putting more content on this channel about creating a personal brand so you can be the authority figure in your niche, which is really important. And those 2 things of having an insane offer and understanding product market fit, and also being an authority in my niche, allows me to be able to charge, I'm not charging that much at the moment. 3.5k is probably the max I'm doing. But it allows me to get people to come towards me and want to work with me more than I want to work with them, which is nuts, because it's kind of right now I've gotten to the point where, when let's say a girlfriend and a boyfriend, right? If the boyfriend doesn't have any interest in the girl, usually the girl actually chases the boy more. And that's gotten to the point where I'm at. I get sales calls and I say to people, look, I don't think we would be a good fit. And they literally want to work with me even more because I push them away. So that's really interesting for me. And it just goes to show that if you understand what people want and what your niche wants, you can make so much money in this game. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, just hit the subscribe button and leave a like. That's literally all I ask. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and with your support, I know I can do it. And yeah, basically the bigger the channel it gets, the more I can invest back into the channel to make even better content and even more valuable content for you guys. So yeah, definitely hit the subscribe button if you're new, because I've got a lot of videos coming soon. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.